Colleghi,
Distinguished colleagues, dear friends. First of all, I would like to join in thanking Brazilian President Lula da Silva and the Brazilian presidency for their active work in promoting the BRICS strategic partnership. Most importantly, the BRICS countries continue to deepen their engagement in key areas in politics and security, economics and finance, cultural and humanitarian contacts. Our association has seriously expanded to include the leading nations of Eurasia, Africa, the Middle East and Latin America. Together we have truly enormous political, economic, scientific, technological and human potential. The BRICS countries not only account for a third of the Earth's land area and almost half of the world's population, but also 40% of the world economy. The combined GDP in purchasing power parity has already reached $77 trillion. That's according to IMF data for 2025. By the way, BRICS significantly outperform some other associations, including the Group of Seven. They have $57 trillion. Year after year, the authority and influence of our association in the world is growing. BRICS has rightly established itself among the key centers of global governance. The solid voice of our states in support of the fundamental interests of the world's majority is more and more clearly heard in the international arena. BRICS has many like-minded countries in the global south and east. They are impressed by the culture of open partnership and cooperation, mutual respect, and consideration of each other's views. On this basis, at the summit in Kazan in Russia last October, a decision was taken to establish a category of partner states of our association in order to build concrete practical cooperation with all interested countries. And there are already 10 such countries today. I emphasize that the BRICS countries represent different development models, religions, distinctive civilizations, and cultures. At the same time, they all stand for equality and good neighborliness, for the priority of traditional values, high ideals of friendship and harmony, and seek to make a significant contribution to ensuring global stability and security, prosperity and well-being for all. Undoubtedly, it is precisely such constructive approaches and such a unified agenda that are in demand in the current challenging geopolitical climate. We can all see that fundamental changes are taking place in the world. The unipolar system of international relations that served the interests of the so-called Golden Billion is becoming a thing of the past. It's being replaced by a more equitable, multipolar world. The process of changing the global economic order continues to gain momentum. Everything indicates that the model of liberal globalization is wearing out. The center of business activity is shifting towards emerging markets, which is triggering a powerful wave of growth, including in the BRICS countries. To make the most of the prospects in this regard, it is important to intensify cooperation among the participating states of our association. First and foremost, in such areas as technology, efficient resource development, logistics and insurance, trade and finance. The use of national currencies in mutual settlements should be further expanded. The establishment of an independent settlement and depository system in the BRICS platform seems to make currency transactions faster, more efficient and safer. By the way, the use of national currencies in trade between our states is steadily increasing. In 2024, the share of our national currency, the ruble, and the currencies of friendly countries in Russia's settlements with other BRICS states was 90%. The task of multiplying the volume of reciprocal investments by the member countries of the association, including through the BRICS mechanisms and, first of all, the new development bank, is also relevant. To this end, Russia has proposed the formation of a new BRICS investment platform. This is about jointly developing harmonized tools to support and raise funds for the economies of our countries and the countries of the global South and East. It is important that Brazilian colleagues picked up on the initiatives put forward during the Russian presidency last year and proposed work on their implementation. Among the common achievements, I would like to mention the launch of a special mechanism for consultation on the World Trade Organization. The processes of establishing a grain exchange, a climate research center, a permanent logistics platform, and a sports cooperation program in BRICS are moving forward. I would also like to remind you of other Russian ideas that we believe are useful. These include the creation within BRICS of a partnership on carbon markets, an arbitration investment center, a fair competition platform, and a permanent tax secretariat.
Консультации по вопросам Всемирной торговой организации. Продвигаются процессы создания в БРИКС зерновой биржи, Центра климатических исследований, постоянной логистической платформы, программы спортивного сотрудничества. Напомню также о других, на наш взгляд, полезных российских идеях. В их числе формирование в рамках БРИКС.
We count on our BRICS colleagues to support these promising endeavors. In September, Moscow will host an international televised popular song contest, Intervision. This competition has already generated a lot of interest. Artists from many BRICS countries and our partner countries have confirmed their participation. Such a large-scale humanitarian project is oriented towards promoting universal, cultural, family and spiritual values shared by all our countries.
Столь масштабный гуманитарный проект ориентирован на продвижение общечеловеческих, культурных, семейных и духовных ценностей, которые разделяют все наши страны. В заключение хотел бы вновь.
In conclusion, I would like to once again thank my colleagues from the BRICS participating countries for fruitful and constructive cooperation. We believe that the final declaration of the Rio Summit, which has been prepared for adoption, creates a good basis for our further joint work in the traditional BRICS spirit of continuity and equal cooperation.